Hurricane Adalia made landfall in Florida this morning, but the weather here is much quieter. Stay there, I'll be right back. Hurricane Adalia made landfall as a Category 4 storm this morning, a very powerful storm, and on radar behind me you can see that it's still a hurricane. Last I heard, about 90-mile-per-hour sustained winds, makes it a Category 1. It will continue to weaken as it moves through Georgia and up into South Carolina before it heads out into open water, the cooler waters of the mid-Atlantic there, and it will eventually weaken and won't really do too much more there, and you can see that eventual track moving out into open water. Hurricane Franklin is still out there wandering around, and it will weaken as it gets into the North Atlantic, much cooler waters there. There's a tropical depression that will move northward. There's a little bit of convection there that might develop into something and stay, as far as we know, stay out in open water. And then one more little area development off the west coast of Africa there in the main development region, but that's it. There's not much more going on, at least not that will impact the Gulf of Mexico, at least not anytime soon. For our area, we're just looking at warm temperatures, and it was a nice morning this morning. Look at this sunrise with the virga there. Virga, of course, being rainfall that falls from the sky and then it evaporates before it hits the ground. Boy, do we wish we could get some rain to reach the ground around here. We had a nice bit of rain recently, but not enough to get rid of those drought conditions. So those fire conditions, that elevated fire risk, does continue today. 97, 98 degrees for your temperatures today. We are on the warming trend here, but the good thing is overnights will stay in the 70s for the foreseeable future, so that's something. And part of that is due to the fact that our daytime hours, our daylight hours more specifically, are getting shorter. 7 a.m. sunrise this morning, 7:54 p.m. sunset. It was 7:55 yesterday. So these will continue to get closer together as our daylight hours get shorter as we get into fall, and of course in a couple of days is meteorological fall on the calendar, and per the sun schedule, that kind of thing, that happens later. We are looking at a normal high, the normal high temperature of 94 degrees. That's an average between DFW, which is 93, and Waco, which is 95. I've got us at 94 degrees for that normal high, and it's not going to follow that, and very seldom in Texas does it seem that we really have that many days at our normal temperature. But I will tell you that we are on the cooling trend overall, and I'll show you that in just a moment. If we look here, yes, that high pressure system is moving our way, getting closer, and so that will once again dominate our weather for the foreseeable future here. It's going to hold that jet stream north of us, and that's going to hold all that cooler air on the north side of it. So that's just the way that's going to go, unfortunately. Now, I do want to talk about the super blue moon that is expected tonight. Now, it doesn't really turn out it's as awesome as that name sounds, but the peak of that will be at 8:37 tonight. The closest orbit to Earth is what a supermoon refers to, so that's when it's closest to us, so it appears largest. And then a blue moon is the second full moon rather, in a month. So when you hear once in a blue moon, yeah, it's a rare event, but it doesn't mean it's going to glow blue or anything. So we're not going to see this big blue moon up in the sky. It's just the combination of these two kind of rare events that we have. So if you're into that thing, check it out. And I mean, this is the most exciting thing that's going to be happening in the sky for a while, because as we look at the forecast, sunshine, warm temperatures, and continuing fire risk is about all we've got. 97 today, 98, 99, and yes, by the time we get to the weekend, we are back in the triple digits. The Twister screening will be inside, though, in the beautiful Texas Theater, which is very well cooled, so just bear in mind that it will be comfortable for that event and get your tickets. Tickets are going fast. I'm very impressed with how we're selling those, especially the 5 o'clock. Still tickets available, of course, for the 8 o'clock, but those will start going soon as well. So you want to go ahead and get your seats now. As we get into the weekend early next week, yes, we are looking at 101, 100 range for temperatures. Looks like we get maybe a degree or two cooler as we get into next week, but hey, it's going to stay warm. So just stay tuned to the page and to these videos. We will continue to track the slow but sure transition into fall. The thing is, remember, September is always warmer than we want it to be. But one way or the other, fall weather will come to Texas, and we will be following it here. So stay tuned for more updates to come.